A little extra time on the power play today. Are you not happy with what you've been seeing lately there?
No. It's both teams, both special teams, both PK and power play. Just figured we'd do a Dre script, get some better ice, take a breath, and focus on that a little bit.
You got a bizarre long stretch between games here from a Friday to a Friday. Did you give the guys some extra rest? Is that something you wanted to do?
Yeah, what's the saying? Rest is a weapon, right? No, we did take the weekend off, Saturday, Sunday, practiced a couple of days, day off, practice, and then we go.
Obviously, it's a long season. As a coach, is there anything you change up just to, the flow in practice or the schedule just to kind of keep things freshened up so you get in like the dog days of the season?
Yeah, good question. Well, that was a little bit of what we did today. We did something different today. Normally we have special teams within the practice. Today we kind of broke it up. Like I said, take a breath, get a new fresh ice, and then so that was one of those days. Yep.
Got Buddy back. What's it like to have him finally back? Because you haven't seen a whole lot of him for quite a while.
Yeah, he's done a good job. He's been up there. He played well up there too. Good voice in the locker room. Big presence on the ice, off the forecheck, being around the net a lot. So yeah, we're looking forward to having him back.
Is there a veteran, a couple guys you're really looking to right now to maybe be more vocal than they have been because we're at that critical stage of the season?
Well, I think they have to be their own person, right? I think you can either lead by example the way you play hard, or you can, be a rah-rah guy. I think each person is different. I think we have different type of leaderships between the locker room and on the bench and on the ice, which I like, and they've shown that in the last 6 weeks here.
Big game Friday, obviously going to have some playoff atmosphere we were just talking about. Is there a different mentality you guys are going into this game with or anything like that?
I don't think so. I think our mentality has to play, our mentality is play with pace, attack, because we're, this time of the year, those are things that are important, pressure on the puck. And, Friday night at home, we want to set the tone early and often and then stay with it the whole game.
And I know the last time we saw Laval, if I remember correctly, you guys went to that 11-round shootout in their building. Do you guys think about the previous time you've seen a team heading into a next matchup, or does that really not weigh much in your guys' minds at all?
We focus on us. We watch their tendencies and their concepts for sure, but it's more about us at this time of the year for sure, and just playing our way of playing hockey. And down the stretch, that's going to be important for us to kind of play to our identity and believe in what we're doing. I think the guys have been doing it really well here lately.
And once you get through Laval on Friday, the final 10 games that you guys have, or 9 or 10 games, are all against teams in the Central Division. And obviously, when you get to this point, you've seen everything that they've had to throw at you. What's that challenge like, trying to close out in that final 2-week stretch that you got?
Well, I think our division is really tight, right? All the way up to the bottom. So we're playing teams that are behind us, and we're playing teams that are in front of us. So games are on the line. We know the teams that we played them enough. So I think it comes back to what we just talked about. It's more about what we're doing and how we're executing. It's going to be the big thing here.
Vlasic gets bumped up. Is he ready? Has he earned this opportunity?
Yeah, very well deserved. I think he's been awesome down here. Everything that we've asked him to do and then some, he's done. Just really sponge to work with. He wants feedback, and really just amazed with the improvements he made over the year here.
What's it like for you as a coach? Obviously trying to manage a playoff run, but also you got players going up and down with Chicago. What's that like for you as a coach, just balancing that?
I think we're used to it in this league. I think we've seen it before. This year's been a lot with injuries, I think. They've had injuries up there, and we've had injuries by us, so it's been a little bit compressed, I guess I would say. But, it's just part of what we do.
3 games and 3 nights in the weekend. So what challenge does that pose? And do you handle that bulk of playing time any differently than you would when the games are sprinkled out a little bit?
Yeah, you try to watch it for sure, right? I think you have to take it game by game, and it depends a little bit on, but you do try to manage the minutes on some guys. So changes are important, when to change, right time to change, so your minutes don't get out of hand. But that's definitely something we look at.
10 games left in this regular season. 13 points, I believe, is the magic number right now. What's the conversation like in the locker room at this moment?
Yeah, I think we've been working towards this little push all year, so it's been in the back of our minds, and now it's finally here. So just got to kind of take it one game at a time and try to capitalize when we can.
Is there a different energy at practice when you guys know you're in this playoff push at late in the year, or is it kind of the same as it's been throughout the season?
No, it's definitely a little different. Try to, we all make it known that we need these points, and that's something we're really focusing on. And then, I just feel like this late in the year, it's a little bit more maintenance, a little bit more, attention to detail, just like structure stuff more so than, pushing too hard. Especially got a lot of games coming up, 3-3, couple 3-3s. So, you just got to kind of make sure the body's feeling right and kind of stay on top of those things.
You missed some time with an injury. Are you feeling right now? Are you feeling like you're back in the groove?
I've only played those 2 games since I came back, so and then we have this week off, so I'm sure it's going to be a little bit rusty again this weekend. But I feel like after this 3-3, I'll be back in the groove, kind of getting thrown into the fire, I guess. But I've been dealing with some things throughout this year, and it's definitely going to be one of my big priorities as soon as the season ends, trying to get my body right. That's something that I've kind of had some hiccups with early in my pro career here. So, but the situation now is just kind of feel the best I can and move forward, try to help the team, and then kind of just push through. And then once it's over, really try to get right for the following year.
So you're kind of saying you probably won't be 100% at any point this season. It's going to be next year before you're back at that? Or?
Yeah, I don't want to flat out say that, but I definitely could be feeling better.
And it seems like with this team, whether it be the team still kind of gelling together after the trade deadline, players like you and others dealing with injuries, even with all that, it seems like there's sort of this quiet confidence that things will sort of come together and that you guys will hit the stride when you need to. Do you feel like there's that kind of confidence that things will come together and that you guys are, there's still more to be achieved with this group right now?
Yeah, I think all of us the whole year have thought we have a really good team here and a really good group. So, like you said, we've always had that confidence, I feel like. And, I think we all feel like we're a little bit better than where we are in the standings. So hopefully we can kind of make a push to get into third or fourth. But, wherever we end up, I feel like we all believe we can beat any team in our division. So that's kind of our mindset.
You got some playoff experience last year. How important is it for you and the rest of the young guys here to get a taste of that this year and really experience it?
Yeah, I think, people always talk about experience, and it's definitely a big element in pro hockey. And, when you talk about veterans, leadership, having experience, it's just something you can't really, teach or just, you don't have that experience until you go through it. So I feel like every year that you play in the playoffs, you gain some of that, and you carry it along with you. So, and it definitely adds a lot of value. It's super important hockey. It's big moments, big games, and that's why we play the game, for those kind of moments, those kind of fun games. So I think it's huge for especially the young guys to kind of add that to our resume, and hopefully we can kind of take it as far as we can, and bolster our resume a little bit.
When you look at the schedule and you see 3 games and 3 nights over the weekend, what's your thought? What goes through your mind?
It's hard. We haven't had one this year, which we're all super grateful for. I think it's super tough. There's nothing you can do to prepare for 3 games and 3 nights. I can't even describe it either. It's pretty crazy. Because even after one game, you leave it all out there, and the next day you're pretty sore, and then on a back-to-back, you can kind of rest up and string it together and figure it out. But when you have that third game, it's so hard to go into that game feeling good. So you just try to do your best, and that's why we're going to have a day off tomorrow here, and you just try to feel as good as you can going in, and then after every game and before every game, you just take care of your body as much as you can, because those little things do add a lot of do carry a lot of weight, and especially in the third game.
And the other side of it, how much did the 7 days off help you and just maybe other players on this team?
I think especially this time of the year, whenever you get some more time off, it's good, and it's just time to get your body right. And, especially for myself, I think it was nice to kind of get a couple games in and then get another little break. So, I think we all are kind of trying to get as right as possible now.
So the trade-off of 7 days off in a row, it's nice, but not quite worth it having to play 3 in a row is where you're at with it?
Yeah, I definitely would have preferred a game on Wednesday instead of having 3 in a row and just the whole week off. So, but I don't schedule the games, so, but it is what it is.
Like you just mentioned, just came down from the Blackhawks. What was that experience like up there?
Yeah, it's great. 31 years old, but every time you get a chance to go out and play in the NHL, it's a blessing, and you just try to enjoy it. You never know, when you're not going to get another opportunity like that. So you just make the most of it, play hard, have fun, and just try to enjoy it.
We haven't seen a lot of you between the injury and the call-up and all of that. So how excited are you to dive back into this thing right now with this playoff push here?
Yeah, for sure. Never getting sent down is never fun, but when you're coming back to a group like this with a lot of opportunity moving forward here, it's exciting. And like you said, the injury was kind of a nail on the side here for a little bit, but it's good to be back. I'm feeling good on the ice, and I'm just ready for a good push here. A few games left, and then right into playoffs.
And what's that like, just jumping right into a playoff push like this coming from Chicago? And obviously every game here is going to be huge.
Yeah, for sure. Everything matters, and I think it's better. Keeps you into it. You're right back into a playoff hockey when you get back down here. It's just going to do nothing but prepare you. It's going to be tight scoring everywhere down the stretch here. We're playing a lot of interdivision games, and every point's going to matter. So, playing playoff hockey from here on out is going to really be good for us and prepare us for the first round.
It's a little different team than it was, back in January.
Yeah.
What do you think of the makeup of this group right now?
Yeah, it's good. We have a lot of different players out there, a lot of different dynamic to our lines. It's good. We have a lot of potential with the goal scoring, and then some big bodies as well. Me is one of them. So, just the diversity of our team right now is going to be really good. We have a really strong D-core. Obviously, our goalies have been great all year. I think part of it's just going to be finding a way to gel together here in the next few weeks and become a team and kind of feeling good about ourselves and our game going into playoffs.
Where does that confidence come from? Obviously, a team changed a lot at the trade deadline. Players like you have either been called up or have dealt with injuries. Where does that confidence come from for this group, knowing that it will come together and you guys will be ready to go? But as these final weeks that roll on.
Yeah, for sure. I think a week like this is a good example. You have a few days of practice without any games. You come together, you're in the room, you have meetings, and you're with each other for a lot of the day. So just becoming friends, going for lunch, meeting guys, and just getting to know everyone a little bit better. It's easier to play for guys when you're friends. So you get together, you have lunch, or you're spending all the day with them here at the rink, and just getting to know one another is just going to help us move forward. So a good week like this, and then some important hockey games coming up, and winning is the recipe for all that stuff, right? You win a few games, everyone's happy, and then you start to feel good, you're feeling confident, and things start rolling from there.
You mentioned winning, obviously a big opportunity this weekend with a 3-3 coming up here. What would it mean to walk out of this weekend with 6 points?
Yeah, if we can figure out 6 points here, I think that'll just be really good for our confidence moving forward, and I think hopefully give us a boost in the standings here. We're still fighting for that home ice advantage for the first round of playoffs, and that's going to be everything against a team that we've been battling hard with all season long. So to just have a good push here, get 6 points this weekend would be something special, because it's not easy, these 3-3s, when you're playing every single day, but just find a way to work as a team and come back to our practice habits, and then when you get tired out there, it's just kind of like second nature.
How do you attack 3 games in 3 days? Do you pace yourself? Is there any way to do that, or you just give 100% in game 1 and then do the same in game 2 and game 3?
It sounds easy to pace yourself, but when you're out there playing and you got other guys on the other side trying to kill you, it's tough to do that. So I think it's just go as hard as you can, and whatever your 100% is that night, that's what you give. If it's doing something a little different in your game, just maybe keeping it more simple, that when it gets down to the later parts of the weekend, then that's just what it takes. Even if it's a 1-0 overtime win, we'll take something like that too.